Land of Legends, the real story of New Zealand. What if I told you there's a land at the edge of the world, where giant birds once ruled the skies, where fire carved mountains, and where ancient seafarers arrived long before the invention of the compass? This place is a masterpiece of nature, yet it remained hidden from most of the world for thousands of years. How did people even find it? What secrets are buried in its soil, its skies, its soul? This is New Zealand, where legend meets reality. The arrival of the first people around 800 years ago, great ocean navigators from Polynesia arrived in what would become New Zealand. They were expert sailors who used stars, waves, and birds to guide their journeys. They named the land the Long White Cloud, a name inspired by what they saw from afar. These early settlers created a rich culture based on storytelling, deep family heritage, and a strong spiritual connection to the land and sea. They sang songs, performed dances before battles, and passed their traditions through generations. They hunted the moa, a massive flightless bird that no longer exists, and believed that every mountain, river, and tree had a spirit. Did you know? These settlers arrived centuries before European explorers even knew the Pacific Ocean existed, the age of exploration and colonization. In 1642, a Dutch explorer named Abel Tasman was the first European to sight New Zealand, but he never stepped ashore. Over a century later, in 1769, Captain James Cook landed and mapped the coastline. Over the next few decades, ships brought traders, whalers, and missionaries. As more Europeans arrived, tensions grew with the native people. In 1840, a major agreement was signed between British leaders and many tribal chiefs. It was called the Treaty of Waitangi, and it was meant to protect land and peace. But different understandings of the treaty led to broken promises, land loss, and violent conflict. Emotional truth. To this day, the treaty is still debated. Some view it as a promise of partnership, others as the start of betrayal. Becoming a nation, New Zealand gained more independence from Britain over time. It wasn't a sudden break, but a steady journey. In 1893, it became the first country in the world to give women the right to vote. New Zealanders fought bravely in both world wars, especially in the Gallipoli campaign, which shaped the country's sense of identity and pride. As time passed, the mix of native and European cultures created something new. A proud, independent nation, known for resilience, fairness, and its love of nature. Cultural people from New Zealand often call themselves Kiwis, after a rare, flightless bird found nowhere else in the world. Modern New Zealand, a land of balance. Today, New Zealand is one of the most respected and admired countries on Earth. Natural wonders, with its volcanic mountains, frozen glaciers, glowing caves, peaceful beaches, and deep fjords, it's a paradise for explorers and filmmakers alike. Caring for the Earth, environmental protection is a core national value. New Zealanders care deeply about clean land, air, and water, and take real steps to preserve them. Cultural reconnection. There's a strong national effort to reconnect with the culture of the first settlers. Schools now teach their traditions. Their stories, songs, and ceremonies are honored again. A diverse, peaceful nation. Modern New Zealand is a multicultural democracy where people from all over the world live side by side, peacefully and proudly. Famous worldwide, New Zealand became globally known thanks to the Lord of the Rings films, which showcased its epic scenery. And who could forget the All Blacks? Their world-famous rugby team opens every game with a traditional war dance. Bold, powerful, and unforgettable. Creativity and innovation. New Zealand also shines in music, film, science, and technology, punching far above its weight on the world stage. From the first canoes that arrived on its shores, to the voices that still rise in song and celebration. New Zealand is a land where ancient echoes and modern dreams meet. It's more than just a country. It's a living story shaped by waves, winds, and generations of people who dared to dream. Some parts of that story are told in books. Others are carved into mountains or whispered in the wind. And some parts remain a beautiful mystery. If this journey moved you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more stories where history comes alive.